Today's social media segment is brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System. Your health is our legacy. Rouse's, you're either local or you're not. Buick, the craft of modern luxury. St. Martin and Bork, know your rights.
Since 1911, the Pierre Parts Store has been your one-stop shop. Family owned and operated for 4 generations, the Pierre Parts Store has served the community by providing groceries, hardware, home products, and much more, including a full-service lumber yard. Now, we've added the Thibodaux store to the family with the same values and service we've delivered for over 100 years. The Pierre Parts Store and the Thibodaux store, our family serving your family.
Welcome to Bayou Time. I'm Jacob DeGate, and I'm now glad to be joined by Amy Poisson of the Catholic Foundation for South Louisiana. She's the CEO. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Jacob.
All right. It seems this year was another successful year of grant funding. Can you tell us? I know you got some big announcements to make.
Yeah, it was. So one of the initiatives our foundation does each year for the last 6 years, we engage women from across the diocese, both Catholic and non-Catholic, who really want to do something to give back to the community. We focus specifically on supporting nonprofits that touch women, children, and families. Okay. So we have over 200 members that contribute every year to our Women's Giving Circle. And each year, these ladies get to hear from, we narrow down all the nonprofits to 10 nonprofits, and they hear from them how they would be able to use grant funding and have an opportunity to vote on which nonprofits kind of rise to the occasion in their hearts and through prayer. And we've been able to grant over $650,000 of the last 6 years. But this year was very special. It was our largest grant year with making 6 grants specifically to a little over $153,000 to several different nonprofits who do just such good work in the community.
Wow, that's amazing from 200 members. That's a large amount of funds. And can you tell us, a little bit about, I guess, who those funds went to and what are the type of organizations?
So one of the things we pride ourselves on every year also is they're 100% of their membership gets granted out. So there's no overhead over that. They get to decide and their membership goes granted out. So some folks of our members give $250 to be a voting member. Some give $1,000. Wow. Some give $10,000. Every single one of our members has the same voting capacity. So they, the same, equal generosity across the board. The 6 contributions this year, our largest grant went to Catholic Charities for Individual and Family Assistance with $55,000 this year. On average, since Hurricane Ida, Catholic Charities has been spending between $10,000 and $15,000 a month on rent and utilities. As you can expect, people being displaced from their homes, having severe or significant rent costs going up, ensuring that they have a place to live that's safe. So we were able to provide almost half a year's worth of requests for Catholic Charities to continue to do that. The picture that we saw just a second ago on the screen was to Lafourche Juvenile Justice Center, a grant of $20,000. I have 3 kids and they're very blessed in a beautiful life and they don't have to suffer or struggle for anything. But the students at JJC have been very traumatized, abuse of all sorts of different situations, human trafficking. They're using those funds to provide a sensory room for both their boys' home and their girls' home, and implement technology for its anti-human trafficking. That's directly to our mission to ensure that these children are safe. Those are just 2 examples of the things that we do. Bayou Community Foundation received a grant of $30,000 this year, or close to $30,000, it was a little over $30,000, to provide what they call a house in a box. Within South Lafourche, they've done a tremendous job building homes in South Terrebonne, Grand Isle, and they're moving into the South Lafourche community. This house in a box is now going to provide all the things that make a house a home. So dishes, appliances, pillow for your bed.
Oh, yeah. You don't realize how much things that you really do need inside
and we take for granted.
Exactly.
You know, when I go to a hotel, I miss my pillow at the end of the day. So we really wanted these people who've been displaced from their homes for 3 years to have a home again. And our members are just so excited to be able to make this possible for Bayou Community Foundation and partner with them. So yeah, those are a handful of the grants that we were able to distribute this year. The beautiful aspect that we get to do, we grant out in May, but in September, around the feast day of St. Teresa of Calcutta, we actually get to go and visit these nonprofits. Wow. So our members see their dollars and work firsthand. They are helping to distribute those boxes. They are in the food bank making food boxes. So it's not just about money, it's about service too, and kind of coming full circle to see those dollars in action. And that's what I think we've just grown to love as part of our giving circle.
Wonderful. And like you said, you had 200 members. So can you just tell us about, how people, I guess, got involved? How did you get involved with it first, and how long you've been doing it, and how other members find out about it?
Yeah, so the Giving Circle is a brainchild of Bishop Fogg when he was with us. We mimicked it. There's giving circles across the country. We looked at what New Orleans was doing and a couple others in the state and decided we wanted to make it our own. So we have a focus on women, children, and families, and only support those nonprofits every year. We encourage women, again, ecumenical and their generosity, both Catholics, non-Catholics, all, as you see the beautiful ladies in the room. Any dollar can be contributed to this fund. We start at zero in May every year. Once we make our grants out, we're ground zero again. So between May and April of next year, we begin recruiting our members every year. A voting member is $250, which is not a huge commitment. They can contribute over the course of the year. And their dollar is going directly to the nonprofits they choose. Our board is not making that decision. The members make that decision. So they have the full capacity of deciding what those contributions are going to be. So it's an exciting, beautiful thing. Every year we get larger and larger with our membership. And we're a proponent of the more we grow in membership, the more we can give back to the community. It's all about collective giving.
Sure.
I can give $250 to the nonprofit I love, but is the $250 really making a difference at only $250? But that $20,000 contribution is really making an impact on that nonprofit.
Well, it's certainly a wonderful thing that you're doing, and I know it's greatly appreciated by a lot of people out there who are desperately in need. So,
thank you.
Thank you for coming on. We appreciate it.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
All right. Stay tuned for more right here on HTV.
Today's social media segment is brought to you by Alford and Associates for all of your insurance needs. CIS, Cardiovascular Institute of the South, the highest quality cardiovascular care available. Barker Honda, the Barker family tradition of quality.